Once the fingerprints were lifted from the glass, I just put them through Robert's computer.
He knew about it?
Of course not. This is just between you and I. Robert won't find out. Even if he does, I don't think it'll make any difference.
Why? What do you mean?
You ready for this?
I'm sitting down. If you want, I can lie down.
No, it's not quite that earth-shattering. Sitting down is fine. The fingerprints that we got from that glass that you gave me were definitely belonging to a Dr. Grant Putnam.
Grant?
Yes, they said there's no mistake.
They?
Yes,
Who's
the FBI.
they?
I checked their master file for references. Everybody who's ever applied for a passport has their fingerprints in that file.
You're right, Holly. This is a surprise.
What was Grant doing in your art class?
No, he was never in my class.
But I thought that's where you got the glass.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought so, but I guess not. No. Oh, I know.
What?
I know. Well, I brought the glass home. I left it in the bathroom. I must have just picked up the wrong glass.
One that Grant had used.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Holly. I put you through all this trouble for nothing.
Well, not necessarily. If you get me the other glass.
No. Too late. We have maid service every day. They change the soap and the towels and the sheets.
And the glasses.
And the glass.
You never told me quite why this was so important to you. Why was that glass? You seemed so upset about it.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't.
Well, then why didn't you want Robert to know about it?
I didn't care.
Oh, Celia, come on. Less than 5 minutes ago, you were upset that he might find out about it.
I was embarrassed.
About what?
Circumstances.
Such as?
Silly. Not anything worth discussing.
Well, not now, anyway, because the show's just about to start.
Well, I never knew you were such a big TV fan.
Oh, well, I am today. Robert and Luke are going to be on Port Charles today. I really have to watch this, and then I'm going to go to the studio and pick up Robert.
I thought you said Luke will be there.
Yes, I'm not really looking forward to running into him.
Well, then why don't you get Robert to take a cab?
I would, except that we have to make a quick appearance at the Policemen's Benevolent Association benefit.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yes, all the excitement is going to be on this show.
Well, I guess I won't bother you then. I have to go back to the hotel anyway. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Ted Daly, and welcome to Port Charles today, where we are very pleased to have two very special guests. Robert Scorpio, Port Charles Police Commissioner and our guest of several days ago, and Mr. Luke Spencer, presently proprietor of Luke's Place, the Waterfront Casino, and a candidate for mayor of Port Charles. Any comments at this point, Mr. Spencer, on your opponent?
He's a fine man and a friend of mine, and if I weren't voting for myself, I certainly would vote for him.
I understand a major issue in this campaign is gambling.
Well, that's what they tell me.
During Commissioner Scorpio's last visit to our show, he talked about the danger of a criminal element attaching itself to your enterprise.
My campaign?
Your casino.
Ah. Well, I'm sorry. I must have missed that show.
You no doubt heard about it, though.
Yes, I did hear about it. Apparently, Mr. Scorpio got right up there on his soapbox. As for this mythical criminal element that he says that I'm bringing into this city, I must say it doesn't exist.
You're denying, then, that your casino was raided for drugs?
Oh, it was raided. That is correct. It was raided. The reason, you would have to ask Mr. Scorpio.
Mr. Scorpio.
Look, I'm not making any accusations here. All I'm saying is that a casino, such as Luke's Place, has the potential to attract a criminal element.
Getting back to the drug...
Look. Now, a man was arrested for possession of drugs. An investigation had to be maintained, so we found in the best interests of the public to close the place for several days.
An investigation which, since Mr. Scorpio isn't going to add, I certainly am going to add, found no other trace of drugs or any illicit activity.
Still, an investigation had to be made.
Is that right? And for what reason? You need evidence for that kind of behavior. Exactly, what was your evidence?
Drugs were found on the premises.
You planted those drugs and the whole town knows it.
Look, I thought there wasn't going to be any mudslinging here.
I'm just clearing up a few facts. As for this raid and the subsequent investigation, it was nothing more than personal harassment to me and to my business.
That isn't true.
There is a lot of evidence to the contrary.
As for a reason for this harassment, Mr. Spencer, do you have any? Surely you have some theories.
I think you should ask Robert.
I'm asking you, Mr. Spencer. Do you believe this alleged harassment has something to do with the commissioner's wife? And
Now, wait a minute here.
I think it's a fair question.
Well, I don't.
Robert's right. There's no reason to bring her into this.
Not even if it's relevant to your rivalry? After all, Mr. Spencer, you did have a rather widely publicized relationship with Mrs. Scorpio.
Listen, I told you that she had nothing to do with this.
You were all friends, though, right? You, the commissioner, Holly. It's common knowledge you had plans to marry Mrs. Scorpio before you disappeared.
Mr. Daly, that was a long time ago.
Still, isn't it possible that the problems between Mr. Scorpio and yourself have less to do with political differences and more to do with the jealousy that would emanate from a love triangle such as this?
That, sir, is preposterous.
Mr. Scorpio.
On that issue, Mr. Spencer and I are in complete agreement.
Perhaps I should invite Mrs. Scorpio to visit our show. You could always ask. I may have to if you gentlemen continue to evade the question.
I don't even know how we got onto this subject.
It's very simple, Mr. Spencer. You've accused the commissioner here of harassment. I'm simply looking for a motivation for that harassment.
And I'm telling you, Mr. Daly, you're barking up the wrong fire hydrant.